What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck OLED gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna try out some GRANDIA 2. Now, I had a lot of fun with this game on the Dreamcast back when I was a kid. I don't know if it was just on the Dreamcast or it was on like a multi-plat, but I played it back on the Dreamcast. That's how I remember it, and it was a really fun game. I had a blast with it. So I saw it on Steam, and it was like, I think it was either cheap, $9, or it was on sale for $9. All I know is I paid like $9, $10, something like that for it. So I was like, well, this would be the perfect game for the Steam Deck or the Ally X or that little mini PC. So I figured I would try it out on all three of those for you guys. So we will start with the Steam Deck as it is the weakest. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the worst way to play, but just being factual, it is the weakest handheld I have and the weakest PC I have. So now, while let's not waste any more time, we'll hook it up to the capture computer and see if it even works, because it says it's unsupported. So we might get into another situation like we did with the last game where it needs compatibility with Windows 7 mode, or it'll just freeze and be a black screen, or it might just crash us back to here. I would call it the desktop, but it's kind of not really a desktop. It's like back to big picture mode, I guess we could say. Or hell, it might freeze your whole thing up. I've had all sorts of different things happen. So let's not waste any more time, hook it up to the capture computer, and let's go find out if it'll even run. All right, we got another game that the Steam Deck doesn't really want to play. But again, in its defense, it does claim it's not supported, so I don't want to sit here and act like, oh my god, this game sucks because it doesn't run on the thing that says it's not supported, you know? But I just do this for fun, just to see how things that say they're not supported run. Every once in a while, they run just fine. Or I guess early on in the game. I guess later on in the game it could always just crash and turn into a total fuckfest, but who knows? But anyway, here's the settings I tried. I was just going to go, you know, native resolution for my capture card anyway. When I'm on the capture card, I can't do 900 or 800p, which is the actual native resolution. And I could probably do 8x now that I know it's frickin' 30 FPS most places, but I mean, that's if you can get into the game. I'm sure the Steam Deck could have handled it. It's not really that hard of a thing to run, even with the HD Remaster, because I think this is a Dreamcast and like PS2 kind of game. I don't know what all systems it was all. Maybe it was a Dreamcast exclusive, but it could have been everything. See, it just falls right back to the little big picture mode. So let's do what we usually do. Well, oops, not developer. We want compatibility mode. There we go. Let's force it to use Proton 9.5, which is the newest I have. There might be a newer version out. But there we go. I always tell it to ask each time until I actually get the game to work properly. Spoiler alert, this one doesn't. But I still try all the things I usually try, and then I went online and people just said, nope, you're just SOL, can't get it to work. Unless you dual boot Windows, then you can get it to work. But if I've got two different allies, there's no way in hell I'm putting Windows anywhere near either of my Steam Decks. That's just me. I prefer just Linux, even if it can't play all games. It's just so much an easier thing to use. I mean, once you get in, you know, to the game and whatnot on the Windows handhelds, it's fine. And you can always just do big picture mode, but half the time it'll like go out of big picture mode and install something in like a DOS window, kick you out of big picture mode, then you gotta put it to desktop mode to re-click on the game that you were playing, or Alt-Tab back into the game, some nonsense like that. And then you're sitting there like, this is stupid. It's one thing if the game just launches and it's no big deal, and most games do, but every once in a while there'll be some game that pisses you off. And that's one of the reasons I don't like the Windows on the handheld. It's that and navigating Windows on a little screen with just a little thumb stick isn't very fun either. But hey, I'm still glad that it at least plays all games. There's no such thing as a perfect device, so I'm just glad I can have both. Anyway, let's go wrap the video up. Well, that's another bummer. So no, this one really is not supported too. All it does is crash back to the big picture mode, and none of the Protons seem to help. Now, maybe there's some fancy smancy stuff you can do if you go into this config file and this, that, and the other thing, but I did a quick Google search and it just seems like most people just can't get it to work. I always try to just see how the game works myself before I go on Google. I mean, I could just go on Google and say, oh, will this game work? No, it won't. All right. But I think it's more fun to just find out together. And then the people are curious as to what happens if you try to run it. Well, now they know. It just crashes. You can't even get into the game. You can get into the settings, but you can't get into the game. Hey, that's just what happens on the Steam Deck. It's not a perfect device. Not every game runs, and this isn't even an online game, so anti-cheat has nothing to do with it. It's just some games just refuse to run on this thing, and that's kind of lame. So I feel like that's why one of the reasons it's cheap is because it's not the most powerful, but it's also because Valve probably knows not every game is going to run on it, and it's going to piss some people off. Especially because a lot of people tend to like, you know, online games. And lots of those don't work on this. A lot do, but a lot don't. So I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people are willing to pay a little bit more and just get a Windows handheld. Now, me, I have a love-hate relationship with the Windows ones. I love how powerful they are, and I like that they can play whatever game I want for the most part, unless the game is just unwilling to be a good game and just crash on everything. That has happened, but at least it can play everything within reason. Unlike the Steam Deck, you'd be like, nope, we can't play this. Although I'll laugh if I go to try to play this on the Ally X and it owns me in the face and doesn't work there either, but I don't think so. I have a feeling it'll work just fine there. So that is the problem. There's no perfect device, because this is even like probably so easy to run, we could probably play it like maxed out the way it came. I think it was like 4x anti-aliasing, 720p, it probably would have played 60 FPS the whole time. Who knows, maybe this game's limited to 30 too, I don't know. But in any case, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys still enjoyed the video, even though it was another fail. Sucks when the Steam Deck fails, especially 2 in a row, but it is what it is. I wanted to see if it was gonna run, and it just didn't. So let's go to the next video. I'll go start on the next video now on the Ally X. But that's all I got for this video, and until the next video, peace out, guys.